Lindsay, this is about you and your rant. I mean, your beliefs.
Ah,
I feel like we just talked about, we keep going back to our big revelations of what we learned last year. And one is just because you did it before doesn't mean you should do it again, right?
yes. This is so where this all came from was pandemic hits. And I think essentially the vibe was we're going to take this plan and put it on the shelf until it goes back open to normal. And then we're going to pick it up and put it back out. Like
Park
that,
it.
I think, yeah. So it was very much like short-term bleeding. What do we do in the next 6 weeks? What do we do in the next 3 months? What do we do in the next 6 months as we deal with the pandemic? And then our media plan or whatever it is, they're going to like dust her back off once everything goes back to normal, I think was kind of the mentality. So of course, 2 years rolls on and we're like, okay, we can't do nothing. This can't just be like, stop the bleeding type scenario for years, right? So then around the holiday season, so a few months back, I started working with a client that was like, great, events are back on, we could go back door to door. And they're like, perfect. What did we do in 2019? Was literally here's what we did in 2019, dust off the little Excel grid media plan and like, let's go back at it.
We're back.
Yeah. And I'm like, 100% no. 100% no.
100% no.
Like there's no way in hell we are going to take a plan from years ago after all we've been through, after consumer behaviors have permanently changed due to the length of the pandemic, after we understand so much more about mindset and we know how important that is and how it can be so different between people's demographics and our targets can have such different mindsets. After all we've learned, like we said in our 2021 revelations, just because you did it once before does not mean that you have to do it again. So I think that's what kind of spurred that revelation of actually now seeing some clients and brands and marketers doing that. So saying like, hey, we're just going to go back to what we did now.
And that's probably happening as we speak, right? Like a lot of those plans are being executed and we don't know how it's going.
100% it's happening. Without the even thought to say like, hey, is an event now the right thing for us to do? We have to do that. Do we have to go door to door? Is door to door the best way for us to collect donations? Is it
Do
the
not
best way
even
for
get
us
me started.
yeah, like to engage a younger generation of supporters? No even like thought to say like, hey, should we be revisiting the way people behave now?